Life will not hand you success on a silver platter. Opportunities don't come knocking just because you're waiting for them. The only way to move forward, the only way to grow, is to push beyond your limits every single day. Growth begins where comfort ends. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary, every person who has created a life worth remembering, has one thing in common: they chose to embrace discomfort. They understood that real progress does not live in ease or convenience. It lives in the moments that challenge you, in the situations that push every limit of your patience, your endurance, and your courage. Most people spend their lives avoiding difficulty, seeking comfort, and convincing themselves that safety is the path to success. But safety is an illusion. True growth demands that you step into the unknown, that you willingly walk into situations where the outcome is uncertain and the path is unfamiliar. The moment you accept discomfort as a companion rather than an enemy, you unlock a door to a life filled with possibilities that others cannot even imagine. Discomfort comes in many forms. It is waking up early when the world is still asleep, forcing yourself to practice, to study, to improve, even when your body wants to rest. It is speaking up when everyone else remains silent, taking risks when the easy choice would be to play it safe, and making decisions that feel intimidating because they stretch your mind beyond its usual boundaries. Discomfort is the sharp edge that cuts away the parts of you that are weak, lazy, or indecisive. It is the fire that forges strength, resilience, and clarity of purpose. Every moment of unease is an invitation to rise, to push harder, to refuse to settle for mediocrity. When you embrace discomfort, you stop running from life's challenges. You stop waiting for circumstances to become convenient, and you stop allowing fear to dictate your actions. Instead, you step forward with awareness and intention, knowing that the lessons you need the most are often hidden in the very situations you want to avoid. Discomfort forces you to confront your weaknesses, to recognize the gaps in your knowledge, your skills, and your character. And while it may feel painful, it is in these moments that transformation begins. Pain is temporary, but the growth it produces can last a lifetime. Many people misunderstand discomfort. They see it as something to escape rather than embrace. They believe that if life is difficult, it is a signal to stop, to retreat, or to find an easier path. But the truth is exactly the opposite. The difficulty is proof that you are moving in the right direction. When a task challenges you, when your heart races with uncertainty, and your mind questions your ability, it is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are growing. Comfort breeds stagnation. Discomfort breeds excellence. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid pain, but the ones who learn to harness it, to transform it into fuel that propels them forward. Embracing discomfort also changes the way you perceive fear. Fear and discomfort are not enemies. They are signals that you are on the edge of your potential. When fear arises, it is often an indicator that you are about to expand into something greater than you've been before. Leaning into that fear, confronting it, and allowing yourself to move through it builds a confidence that cannot be learned from ease or convenience. Every time you choose discomfort over avoidance, every time you take the harder path because it leads to growth, you teach yourself that you are capable of far more than you imagine. And so, embracing discomfort is not a one-time act. It is a habit, mindset, and a way of living. It is the understanding that life's true rewards are reserved for those who are willing to face what others flee. It is in the struggle, the challenge, and the unease that your character is revealed, your skills are sharpened, and your potential is realized. The world may celebrate comfort, but the future belongs to those who welcome the difficult, who step into the unknown, and who push themselves every day to grow beyond the limits of what feels easy or safe. Success is not a sudden event. It is the result of consistent action, the accumulation of small victories that add up over time. And the foundation of this consistency lies in one simple, yet profoundly effective habit: setting daily goals. When you commit to defining what you will achieve each day, you are taking control of your life. You are no longer drifting aimlessly, waiting for opportunities to find you. Instead, you create your own path, one step at a time, and each day becomes a deliberate opportunity to push yourself forward. Daily goals transform dreams into actionable reality. They give your life structure, purpose, and direction, and they ensure that no matter how overwhelming the future may feel, you always have a clear focus for the present. Setting daily goals is not about creating rigid checklists that stifle creativity or joy. It is about creating a framework that allows you to move with intention, to prioritize what truly matters, and to take consistent steps toward your larger vision. Each day presents hundreds of choices, and without a clear plan, it is easy to lose time, energy, and focus on things that do not serve your growth. But when you define your goals, you transform each day into a meaningful journey. You know where you are headed, what actions will bring you closer to your purpose, and how to measure your progress. This clarity is empowering, and it turns ordinary days into building blocks of extraordinary success. There is a power in small, achievable goals that is often underestimated. Many people wait for monumental moments to make progress, believing that only massive efforts produce results. But the truth is that daily, consistent effort compounds in ways that are almost magical. When you wake up each morning with a plan, when you know exactly what you will focus on, and when you take deliberate action, even if it is just a small step, you are moving the needle on your life. Every completed goal, no matter how minor it seems, reinforces your belief in yourself. It creates momentum, a force that propels you forward even on days when motivation is low, when challenges feel overwhelming, and when the world seems determined to hold you back. Setting daily goals also teaches discipline and accountability. It trains your mind to prioritize, to focus, and to persist even when distractions are everywhere. You learn to resist the temptation of procrastination, to avoid wasting energy on things that do not serve your vision, and to embrace the satisfaction that comes from progress. Each day becomes a test of your commitment to yourself. You begin to realize that success is not reserved for the talented, the lucky, or the gifted. It is reserved for those who consistently show up, who take deliberate steps, and who refuse to allow the days to pass without meaningful action. Moreover, daily goals create a sense of urgency and purpose. Life is finite and time is precious. Without a daily focus, it is easy to drift through the hours, weeks, and months, wondering why you are not moving closer to your dreams. But with clear daily intentions, every action gains significance. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to prove yourself. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, and every accomplishment, no matter how small, builds confidence, resilience, and momentum. You begin to see that the life you desire is not a distant, unattainable dream. It is the natural outcome of the daily efforts you commit to today. Finally, setting daily goals reminds you that growth is a process, not an instant result. The path to success is built one day at a time, one action at a time. Each goal completed is evidence of your capacity to overcome, to persist, and to improve. Each day you push yourself to achieve, to learn, and to grow. You are creating a life that is aligned with your vision, a life that reflects your highest potential. Daily goals are the engine that powers your journey, the compass that guides your decisions, and the motivation that keeps you moving forward even when the road is difficult and the end is not yet in sight. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a vital part of it. It is the crucible in which character is forged, where resilience is tested, and where true growth begins. Many people fear failure, avoid it, or see it as a signal to quit. But the truth is that failure is the most honest teacher you will ever have. It does not flatter, it does not lie, and it does not offer shortcuts. Every failure you experience is a mirror showing you exactly where you need to improve, what you need to learn, and how far you have yet to go. Those who succeed are not those who never fail. They are those who refuse to let failure define them, who study it, understand it, and use it to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. When you fail, the world may seem harsh. People may criticize, circumstances may appear unfair, and your own mind may whisper that you are not good enough. In those moments, it is easy to give in to discouragement, to retreat into comfort, or to stop believing in yourself. But the greatest individuals in history, the people who have achieved remarkable things, do not allow failure to paralyze them. Instead, they allow it to fuel them. They examine their mistakes with honesty, strip away excuses, and extract the lessons hidden within each setback. Every failure becomes a stepping stone, a critical piece of the path toward mastery, achievement, and purpose. Learning from failure requires courage. It is easy to ignore your mistakes, to blame others, or to pretend they do not exist. But courage means looking squarely at your shortcomings and taking responsibility for them. It means asking the difficult questions. What could I have done differently? What did I overlook? Where did I let fear or complacency hold me back? Each answer is a key that unlocks your next level of growth. Failure becomes meaningful only when it is examined, understood, and transformed into knowledge that guides your future actions. Failure also teaches humility and perspective. When you fail, you are reminded that success is never guaranteed, that effort alone does not always lead to immediate results, and that the path forward is rarely linear. This understanding builds patience, persistence, and an appreciation for the process itself. You begin to see that success is not about avoiding mistakes. It is about moving forward despite them. Each setback sharpens your focus, clarifies your goals, and strengthens your determination to reach heights that would have seemed impossible without the lessons embedded in failure. Moreover, learning from failure builds resilience, the inner strength that allows you to keep going when everything around you seems to be collapsing. Life will test you repeatedly. You will face obstacles, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But when you have cultivated the ability to learn from failure, these challenges no longer feel like endings. They feel like opportunities. Each failure becomes evidence of your willingness to try, to risk, and to grow. Every time you rise after falling, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Failure also teaches creativity and adaptability. When a plan fails, when an approach does not work, you are forced to think differently, to innovate, and to find alternative solutions. It encourages flexibility and ingenuity. It shows you that there is never only one path to success, that obstacles are not walls, but detours that guide you toward new strategies, perspectives, and opportunities. Those who learn from failure understand that the journey is not about perfection. It is about continuous improvement, constant learning, and relentless persistence. Ultimately, learning from failure transforms how you see yourself and the world around you. It removes fear, replaces doubt with confidence, and teaches you that setbacks are not permanent. Failure is temporary, but the lessons it provides are permanent. Each failure shapes your skills, your mindset, and your character. It reminds you that the only true failure is giving up, and that every setback is an invitation to rise, push harder, and move closer to the life you envision. The courage to fail, to reflect, and to grow is what separates those who dream from those who achieve, and those who achieve from those who inspire. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in waves, often when we feel inspired or when circumstances are favorable, but it is rarely reliable. There will be days when the energy is high, when the excitement of a new idea pushes you forward effortlessly. And there will be days when the world feels heavy, when every step seems to take twice the effort, when even the simplest task feels like a mountain to climb. On those days, motivation alone will not carry you. This is why discipline is more important than motivation. It is the engine that keeps you moving forward, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve, those who start from those who finish. Discipline is about showing up, even when you do not want to. It is about committing to your goals and your vision regardless of emotion, fatigue, or circumstance. It is the quiet force that ensures that the work gets done, even when the world is not cheering you on, even when no one is watching, and even when the path feels difficult or uncertain. Motivation can inspire you to take the first step, but discipline carries you through the long, often grueling journey that success demands. Those who rely solely on motivation are at the mercy of their moods, their energy, and their environment. Those who cultivate discipline create their own consistency, their own momentum, and their own success. The beauty of discipline is that it transforms your relationship with effort. When you are disciplined, hard work becomes a habit, not a struggle. You no longer have to negotiate with yourself every morning or every evening about whether you will put in the work. Discipline removes the question of if and replaces it with when and how. It trains your mind to focus, your body to endure, and your spirit to persist. Over time, this consistency compounds into progress, growth, and achievement that cannot be matched by bursts of temporary motivation. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality, between potential and accomplishment. Discipline also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable. Obstacles will arise. The path will not always be smooth. Motivation may falter when challenges appear, when disappointment hits, or when results take longer than expected. But discipline keeps you moving forward. It allows you to push through discomfort, to endure setbacks, and to maintain focus even when the outcome is uncertain. Each disciplined action strengthens your ability to persevere, creating a foundation of reliability and self-trust that becomes unshakable over time. You begin to see that your success is not dependent on circumstances, but on your ability to persist, to act consistently, and to honor your commitments to yourself. Discipline is also a matter of mindset. It is the conscious choice to prioritize long-term growth over short-term pleasure. It is choosing to study when others sleep, to practice when others relax, to persist when others quit. It is understanding that the life you want, the impact you want to create, and the goals you want to achieve are not built on fleeting feelings. They are built on sustained action, deliberate effort, and unwavering consistency. Discipline trains your mind to resist distraction, to resist excuses, and to stay aligned with your purpose even when life tempts you to stray. Moreover, discipline empowers you to become a master of your own destiny. When you are disciplined, you no longer wait for inspiration or external validation. You create your own momentum, set your own pace, and take control of your growth. Each disciplined choice compounds over time, shaping your habits, your character, and your results. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary, between stagnation and success, often comes down to this simple principle: the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. Ultimately, discipline is freedom. It frees you from the chains of inconsistency, from the dependence on fleeting emotion, and from the regret of wasted potential. It allows you to push yourself every day, to stay committed to your vision, and to achieve results that others only dream of. When motivation fades, and it always will, discipline ensures that you continue to move forward, step by step, action by action, until your goals are no longer distant hopes but tangible reality. The people around you shape the person you become. They influence your thoughts, your attitudes, your habits, and ultimately your results. Life is too short to be drained by negative energy, doubt, or pessimism. If you want to push yourself every day, if you want to grow, achieve, and reach your highest potential, you must be intentional about the energy you allow into your life. Surrounding yourself with the right people, with those who uplift, inspire, and challenge you is not just helpful, it is essential. Energy is contagious. The enthusiasm, determination, and vision of the people around you will either lift you to new heights or hold you back in ways you may not even realize. It is easy to underestimate the subtle power of association. For some, one negative comment or one doubtful glance can overshadow a week of hard work, leaving self-doubt in its wake. For others, a word of encouragement, a shared idea, or the silent example of someone disciplined and ambitious can ignite determination that carries them forward for months. The energy of those around you acts like a magnet, drawing you toward growth or mediocrity. When you are surrounded by people who believe in possibilities, who embrace challenges, and who refuse to settle, their mindset becomes your mindset. Their optimism and persistence shape your approach to obstacles. Their courage teaches you resilience, and their vision inspires you to aim higher than you thought possible. Surrounding yourself with energy does not mean avoiding all struggle or conflict, but it does mean being conscious of who affects your mindset, your emotions, and your drive. It means choosing to spend time with people who celebrate your victories, hold you accountable when you falter, and push you to grow rather than accepting excuses. It means avoiding those who are perpetually negative, who criticize without offering solutions, or who drain your motivation with doubt. This is not selfishness, it is strategic self-preservation. Your potential is too valuable to waste in the presence of energy that diminishes you rather than elevates you. The right energy also challenges you. True growth does not occur in comfort, and those who push you to see beyond your limits, to question your assumptions, and to step outside your safe boundaries are invaluable. These are the people who demand more from you, not out of judgment, but out of belief in what you are capable of achieving. They refuse to let you settle for mediocrity, and in doing so, they become mirrors, reflecting the best version of yourself that you may not yet fully recognize. Being around this kind of energy trains you to think bigger, act bolder, and take risks that you might otherwise avoid. Energy is not limited to people alone. It exists in your environment, in your habits, and even in the media you consume. Reading books that inspire, listening to stories of resilience, and immersing yourself in ideas that fuel creativity all contribute to the energy you absorb. Just as the company you keep shapes your mindset, the information and influences you allow into your life shape your perspective, your ambition, and your belief in what is possible. By intentionally surrounding yourself with energy, you create a fertile ground for growth. Your mind becomes attuned to solutions rather than problems. Your spirit learns persistence instead of resignation, and your confidence grows as you witness others striving, achieving, and overcoming challenges. The energy you embrace does not just motivate for a moment. It reshapes the way you approach life, giving you the strength and courage to push yourself every day, even when circumstances are difficult, and even when no one is watching. Ultimately, the energy you surround yourself with becomes part of your identity. It fuels your daily actions, informs your decisions, and molds your character. Those who achieve greatness understand that success is not only about talent or opportunity. It is about creating an ecosystem of influence that lifts them higher, challenges them to grow, and reminds them every day that they are capable of more than they think. Surrounding yourself with the right energy is not optional. It is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward pushing yourself to your highest potential. One of the greatest obstacles to growth and success is the relentless pursuit of perfection. We often convince ourselves that if something is not flawless, if a result is not exactly as we imagine, it is not worth celebrating. But this mindset is deceptive and destructive. Perfection is an illusion, a moving target that shifts every time you reach for it. The truth is that progress, no matter how small, is what truly matters. Every step forward, every lesson learned, and every effort made is worthy of acknowledgement. When you learn to celebrate progress rather than perfection, you transform the way you see yourself, your work, and your journey. Celebrating progress is about recognizing that growth is a process. It is about understanding that life does not reward instant mastery or overnight success. Every achievement, no matter the scale, is evidence that you are moving in the right direction. When you focus on perfection, you risk becoming paralyzed by the fear of failure or the impossibility of achieving an ideal standard. You postpone action, hesitate to take risks, and diminish the value of every small victory. But when you celebrate progress, you cultivate a mindset of momentum, resilience, and gratitude. Each forward movement, even the tiniest, becomes a building block for the next, creating a ripple effect that propels you toward larger accomplishments. Recognizing progress also strengthens confidence. Every time you achieve something, no matter how incremental, your belief in your ability grows. These moments of success, however small, remind you that effort produces results. They serve as proof that your hard work is not wasted, that your dedication has purpose, and that you are capable of overcoming obstacles. Confidence built on progress is enduring because it is grounded in reality. It is a reflection of tangible actions and accomplishments rather than an abstract ideal. By celebrating progress, you train your mind to focus on achievement, effort, and improvement rather than comparing yourself to others or chasing perfection. Focusing on progress also encourages persistence. Life is unpredictable, and the path to success is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, delays, and unexpected challenges. Without recognizing progress, it is easy to become discouraged, to feel that nothing is moving forward, and to abandon your efforts. But when you celebrate progress, you create a narrative of growth, resilience, and determination. You see that each step, each effort, and each small improvement is part of a larger journey. Even in the face of difficulty, acknowledging progress keeps you motivated, grounded, and committed to your goals. Moreover, celebrating progress fosters self-compassion. Too often, we are our own harshest critics, criticizing ourselves for imperfections, mistakes, or delays. This internal pressure can be suffocating, leading to frustration and burnout. But when you focus on progress, you give yourself permission to acknowledge your efforts, to honor your dedication, and to recognize the distance you have traveled. This mindset encourages patience, understanding, and a positive relationship with yourself. You learn to appreciate the journey, to value your efforts, and to trust that every step forward brings you closer to your potential. Progress is also contagious. When you celebrate even small wins, you inspire those around you. Your energy, enthusiasm, and recognition of growth can motivate others to push themselves, to persevere, and to value their own achievements. By acknowledging progress, you create a culture of encouragement, determination, and continuous improvement. This ripple effect amplifies not only your growth, but also the growth of everyone you touch, creating an environment where effort and persistence are recognized and celebrated. Ultimately, celebrating progress over perfection shifts your focus from what is lacking to what has been achieved. It empowers you to keep moving forward, to embrace challenges, and to push yourself every day without the burden of unrealistic expectations. Each forward step, each improvement, each moment of growth is a victory in itself, a testament to your effort, your courage, and your resilience. Progress is the true measure of success, and by embracing it, you cultivate the mindset, the habits, and the momentum necessary to greatness in every area of your life. Believing in your vision is the force that drives every step of your journey. Without belief, action becomes uncertain, commitment falters, and obstacles feel insurmountable. Vision is more than a goal. It is a reflection of your deepest aspirations, a picture of the life you want to create, and the impact you want to leave in the world. When you truly believe in your vision, it becomes a compass, guiding your choices, fueling your determination, and sustaining your courage when challenges arise. It is the unwavering light that pulls you forward even when the road ahead is dark, uncertain, and filled with doubt. Belief in your vision begins with clarity. You must know what you are striving for, not just in general terms, but in specific, vivid detail. The clearer your vision, the stronger your belief becomes. When you can see your goal in your mind as if it is already real, you cultivate a sense of inevitability about it. This mental image is a source of strength on the days when obstacles loom large and your confidence wavers. Clarity transforms your vision from a distant dream into a tangible reality, one that you are willing to fight for, sacrifice for, and persist toward every single day. Belief also requires courage. The world will test you. People may doubt you, circumstances may seem unfair, and setbacks will challenge your resolve. But when you trust in your vision, you refuse to let external doubt determine your path. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting despite fear, pushing forward when every instinct tells you to retreat, and holding firm to your purpose when the easiest choice is to quit. Those who achieve greatness are not free from fear. They are relentless in their belief that their vision is worth every struggle, every sleepless night, and every sacrifice they must make along the way. Belief fuels perseverance. The journey toward any meaningful goal is rarely smooth. Obstacles will arise, mistakes will happen, and moments of doubt will strike. Without belief, these moments can feel like the end of the road. With belief, they become opportunities, challenges to overcome, lessons to learn, and proof that your vision is strong enough to withstand adversity. When you believe deeply in your vision, you push through discomfort, maintain focus amidst chaos, and continue striving even when the results are not immediate. This persistence turns dreams into realities over time, transforming effort into progress and setbacks into stepping stones. Belief in your vision also shapes your mindset. It changes the way you perceive obstacles, failures, and criticism. Instead of viewing challenges as reasons to stop, you see them as part of the process, necessary for growth and refinement. Instead of internalizing criticism as proof that you are incapable, you treat it as feedback, an opportunity to adjust, improve, and strengthen your approach. Belief creates resilience, allowing you to remain committed and motivated even when the journey demands more than you thought you could give. Moreover, belief inspires action. Vision without action is wishful thinking. The intensity of your belief directly influences the consistency and quality of your efforts. When you truly trust in your vision, your actions are deliberate, purposeful, and relentless. You no longer wait for perfect conditions or for external approval. You create momentum through disciplined effort, confident that each step brings you closer to the life you imagine. Every choice, every sacrifice, and every ounce of energy becomes aligned with your vision, propelling you forward with unstoppable force. Belief also has the power to influence others. People are drawn to those who are confident in their vision, who act with conviction, and who refuse to be swayed by doubt or negativity. Your unwavering belief becomes contagious, inspiring those around you to elevate their own thinking, to pursue their own goals, and to embrace their potential. When you believe, you do not just change your own life. You become a beacon for others, showing that determination, focus, and trust in oneself can turn dreams into reality. Ultimately, believing in your vision is the foundation of every extraordinary achievement. It is the inner fire that fuels persistence, the lens that turns obstacles into opportunities, and the compass that keeps you moving forward when everything else feels uncertain. It demands clarity, courage, perseverance, and unwavering trust in yourself. When you cultivate this belief, it transforms your mindset, shapes your actions, and strengthens your resolve, allowing you to push yourself every single day toward the life you are destined to create. Believing in your vision is the force that drives every step of your journey. Without belief, action becomes uncertain, commitment falters, and obstacles feel insurmountable. Vision is more than a goal. It is a reflection of your deepest aspirations, a picture of the life you want to create, and the impact you want to leave in the world. When you truly believe in your vision, it becomes a compass, guiding your choices, fueling your determination, and sustaining your courage when challenges arise. It is the unwavering light that pulls you forward even when the road ahead is dark, uncertain, and filled with doubt. Belief in your vision begins with clarity. You must know what you are striving for, not just in general terms, but in specific, vivid detail. The clearer your vision, the stronger your belief becomes. When you can see your goal in your mind as if it is already real, you cultivate a sense of inevitability about it. This mental image is a source of strength on the days when obstacles loom large and your confidence wavers. Clarity transforms your vision from a distant dream into a tangible reality, one that you are willing to fight for, sacrifice for, and persist toward every single day. Belief also requires courage. It will test you. People may doubt you. Circumstances may seem unfair, and setbacks will challenge your resolve. But when you trust in your vision, you refuse to let external doubt determine your path. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting despite fear, pushing forward when every instinct tells you to retreat, and holding firm to your purpose when the easiest choice is to quit. Those who achieve greatness are not free from fear. They are relentless in their belief that their vision is worth every struggle, every sleepless night, and every sacrifice they must make along the way. Belief fuels perseverance. The journey toward any meaningful goal is rarely smooth. Obstacles will arise, mistakes will happen, and moments of doubt will strike. Without belief, these moments can feel like the end of the road. With belief, they become opportunities, challenges to overcome, lessons to learn, and proof that your vision is strong enough to withstand adversity. When you believe deeply in your vision, you push through discomfort, maintain focus amidst chaos, and continue striving even when the results are not immediate. This persistence turns dreams into realities over time, transforming effort into progress and setbacks into stepping stones. Belief in your vision also shapes your mindset. It changes the way you perceive obstacles, failures, and criticism. Instead of viewing challenges as reasons to stop, you see them as part of the process, necessary for growth and refinement. Instead of internalizing criticism as proof that you are incapable, you treat it as feedback, an opportunity to adjust, improve, and strengthen your approach. Belief creates resilience, allowing you to remain committed and motivated even when the journey demands more than you thought you could give. Moreover, belief inspires action. Vision without action is wishful thinking. The intensity of your belief directly influences the consistency and quality of your efforts. When you truly trust in your vision, your actions are deliberate, purposeful, and relentless. You no longer wait for perfect conditions or for external approval. You create momentum through disciplined effort, confident that each step brings you closer to the life you imagine. Every choice, every sacrifice, and every ounce of energy becomes aligned with your vision, propelling you forward with unstoppable force. Belief also has the power to influence others. People are drawn to those who are confident in their vision, who act with conviction, and who refuse to be swayed by doubt or negativity. Your unwavering belief becomes contagious, inspiring those around you to elevate their own thinking, to pursue their own goals, and to embrace their potential. When you believe, you do not just change your own life. You become a beacon for others, showing that determination, focus, and trust in oneself can turn dreams into reality. Ultimately, believing in your vision is the foundation of every extraordinary achievement. It is the inner fire that fuels persistence, the lens that turns obstacles into opportunities, and the compass that keeps you moving forward when everything else feels uncertain. It demands clarity, courage, perseverance, and unwavering trust in yourself. When you cultivate this belief, it transforms your mindset, shapes your actions, and strengthens your resolve, allowing you to push yourself every single day toward the life you are destined to create.